Hi, in this video we're going to show you a couple of ways to automatically shut down or reboot your computer. One of the methods is going to be using the command line, and the other one will be using the Windows Task Scheduler, which has been around for years. So I got this little sheet here, so the commands are different depending on what you're going to do. So first we're going to show you the command line. So this is kind of something handy if you just want to do a quickie on the spot, one-time shutdown or reboot, and where the task scheduler is, meant to be used more if you want to schedule it more than once or kind of use some advanced options. So for the command line, let's just open up command prompt. Probably should do it as administrator just to make sure you don't have problems, especially depending on what you're logged in on, so your computer here. So the command is shutdown -S for shutdown, -T for time, and then the X you would put in number of seconds. So 36 seconds equals 1 hour. So if you want to do 4 hours, just 4 times 3600, and that's what you'd put in here. Then if you want to do a reboot, it'd be -R instead of -S in the same time. Then if you need to cancel it, you can run this command separately. So I'll show you that, because let's say you start the command, then close the box, and you change your mind, you need to be able to cancel it. You're going to have to run this. Okay, so we're going to do, let's schedule a reboot here. So down, I can type it here. So -R-T, let's say 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. So once you press enter, it's going to say shutting down in 2 minutes. And if you close that and you close that, then you can't stop it unless you open another command prompt here. Before the 2 minutes, of course, and do shutdown-A for abort. So the log off has been canceled. So that's canceled out, so that's clear to go. So if you didn't cancel, then after that 2 minutes, a little message would pop up saying it's rebooting, and then you'd have to shut everything down. So obviously if you schedule this, close everything you have open if you want to make sure things get saved. Otherwise it's just going to shut it all down. All right, so now for Task Scheduler, you could do a search for it, or you could go to your programs, and under your Windows tools here, your Task Scheduler. So once you're here, you want to go to create a task, not a basic task, but create a task. It gives you more options here. So let's call this shutdown. Okay, so you could change the user that's running it. By default, it's going to run it with whatever user you're logged in as. So you could click on this and pick a different user from your user accounts there. And then if you want to have it only when the user's logged in, or if they're logged in or not, so you could do this. So if the user's logged out. Okay, then the triggers, you want to do a new trigger. So set the date here, so it's 8:27, so let's do 8:30 and 0 seconds. That's when the task will run, not when it'll shut down, depending on what you do for these switches, which I'll show you in a second. So one time, and you could delay it, repeat it, that kind of thing. And like I said, if you want to schedule it, so every day at this time, or weekly or monthly, you could do that as well. So actions. So you want to start a program. So here's what we got here. So we got shutdown.exe. And then the arguments. So it's similar, except for dashes you're using /. So for shutdown, /S, for reboot, /R. So you put those in the arguments. And if you want to put a different time, so if we do 1 second, so we have the schedule for 8:30, so 1 second after 8:30 it'll do it, but you could still put, 120, which will give you, it'll still start at 8:30, but it'll give you 2 minutes to, before it actually shuts down or reboots. So that's up to you if you want to put 1 second or add it up here. So we'll just put the 2 minutes. Okay. And then conditions. So if you got a laptop, you could uncheck this, so it'll do it on the battery power, and you could change these settings here, and some other optional settings here. So we'll click OK. Then it's going to want the password of the user account that you're setting this up as, which is this actual account right here. Okay, so we got that. So it should do it at 8:30. So let's actually log off here just in case. So let's do a little test here and see if it still happens at 8:30. All right, so it's 8:30. So we set it for 2 minutes after that. So we'll see what happens at 8:32. It's probably not going to show the pop-up message because there's nobody logged in. All right, so there we go. We are shutting down. So that worked even with the user logged off here. Okay, so now the computer's off. So here you go. Let me reboot the computer, then we'll do a little review here. Okay, so we're logged back in after our shutdown. So once again, command line, here's your option, shutdown -S for shutdown, -T for time, and then the amount of time in seconds. Reboot if you want to reboot it, and then shutdown A to cancel. So task scheduler, you just want to use this, it's similar, just use a / instead of a dash. And then here's 3,600 seconds is 1 hour. If you need to just multiply that for the number of hours. And then once you open task scheduler, your job will be here. So if you need to do it again, you could just open it up and go to triggers, double click it. And then you can change the date and time and run it again. So you could kind of keep this for something you could use over and over again as needed, or you could actually schedule it, daily, weekly, monthly, that type of thing. And then you go through and change your other options if you like, and then you'll be shutting down and rebooting on command there. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.